The war begins. The year is 1635 and a divided France is engulfed in the crimson hues of sunset as King Louis XIV contemplates the map with a resolute expression. His advisors urgently press him to act, for Spain's might now casts a shadow upon France's borders. The declaration of war reverberates throughout Versailles, echoing across the land. Beyond the Pyrenees, King Philip IV sees with fury, for Spain's reign in Europe has remained unchallenged. The stage is set for a seemingly endless war that will span decades. Early tensions in Flanders. French forces move through the muddy plains of Flanders as looming Spanish fortifications command the horizon. Cardinal Richelieu oversees the operations with unwavering strength and resolve. Opposing them, the Spanish forces brace for siege, certain of their dominance. The French begin the siege on the city of Arras, where a violent battle drenches the fields in red. Though victorious, the French realize this is but the war's starting salvo. Richelieu's strategic diplomacy. Richelieu understands that sheer force will not claim victory. Diplomacy becomes his weapon. He seeks alliances across Europe, forging pacts with the Dutch and English, which isolate Spain. The King of France knows patience coupled with cunning will succeed. Richelieu's masterful agreements cause cracks to appear in Spain's formidable position, and France's new alliances become pivotal in continuing the conflict. The Battle of Rocroi, 1643. It's springtime in Rocroi, where French and Spanish forces confront each other amid rolling hills. A young and ambitious Duke of Enghien commands the French front against a confident Spanish army led by Francisco de Mello. The ground shakes from the roar of battle as the French cavalry breaks Spanish lines, turning the war's momentum towards France. Spain's air of invincibility fades, showcasing Richelieu's strategic prowess. The Spanish retaliation. Emboldened by fury, Spain under new leadership retaliates against French holdings, driving their resolve across the Low Countries. Battles flare across borders, yet French forces remain defiant and enduring. With power waning, the war drags mercilessly on. For Spain, every setback steals King Philip IV's determination, drawing both courts deeper into a vortex of escalating tension. The Siege of Dunkirk, 1646. French forces focus their efforts on Dunkirk, a strategic port city. Spanish defenders dig in, expecting a protracted siege. Richelieu, aware of Dunkirk's critical importance, plans every move with precision. Encircling the city, he cuts off supplies, and after weeks of bombardment, Dunkirk capitulates. With Spain's naval might in the region crippled, Richelieu consolidates his grip while France gains control along the coast. The war reaches Italy. The conflict spills into Italy as France pushes over the Alps into Milan and Naples, straining Spanish defenses. Tuscany joins France, shifting the tide. Fierce struggles unfold in Naples, becoming a stage for brutal attrition. Despite Richelieu's unrelenting ambition to undermine Spain, both nations bleed over Italian soil. Cardinal Richelieu's death. Fame turned to frailty. Richelieu's health deteriorates as the war endures. On his deathbed, he knows his legacy of power, astute diplomacy, and division lives on. His death stirs concern in the French court, yet his vision ingrains itself within Louis XIV, whose determinations fuel the war onwards. King Louis XIV's death, 1643. France reels from the unexpected death of Louis XIV, passing the crown to his 4-year-old son, Louis XIV. Under the regency of Cardinal Mazarin, the war persists, intertwined with the fragile state of the monarchy. In Spain, Philip IV confronts internal strains that mold French resolve amid escalating crises. The French victory at Lens, 1648. At Lens, the battlefield roars under a French campaign led by Louis VI de Bourbon. Amidst smoke and chaos, the French achieve a critical victory that weakens Spain's hold. As Spanish forces recede, bruised but lingering, France surges forward, reshaping the balance of power. The Peace of Westphalia, 1648. Although the Spanish-French conflict ensues post the 30 Years' War, Westphalia's peace reshuffles Europe's political lattice. France's stature surges, whereas Spain slips into diplomatic isolation. In this reshaped order, both weary nations edge towards impending peace dialogues. The Catalan Revolt. Within Catalonia, resistance brews and French aid eagerly enters the region. Spain diverts focus to quell rebellions, emboldened by French backing, further complicating the war's progression. King Philip IV is enraged by Catalonia's deviation, amplifying tensions within Spain's wavering grasp. The French advance in the Pyrenees. France steadily advances through the Pyrenees, clashing with Spain over strategic mountain passes. Both nations endure significant losses, yet French persistence fractures Spain's defensive hold, shifting the regional balance. The Battle of the Dunes, 1658. This pivotal battle on Flanders shores extends a decisive blow. With Spanish escape cut off at sea, French forces, led by Turenne, achieve a resounding victory, crushing Spanish defenses. This triumph cements an end to the prolonged warfare, as Louis XIV lauds France's success. The Treaty of the Pyrenees, 1659, amid the austere Pyrenees, peace negotiations conclude, punctuating the war's closure. France extracts territorial gains, signified by strategic acquisitions and a royal marriage alliance between Louis XIV and Maria Theresa. Spain, drained from warfare, reluctantly consents, marking a new era of Franco-Spanish relations. The aftermath in Spain. Spain, beleaguered by internal unrest, stands diminished post-defeat. Economic turmoil ensues, revolution festers, and Spain's relics of bygone prestige crumble. Struggling to reassert its monarchy, Spain feels the lingering shadow of combat's harsh toll. France's rise to power. Empowered, France flexes newfound influence across Europe through Louis XIV's indomitable rule. The kingdom becomes a paradigmatic force under his absolute monarchy, igniting a golden epoch of affluence and military rejuvenation. Shifting alliances. France's ascent ushers in an era where fresh alliances form, strategically resetting Europe's balance of power. Spain navigates its decline, seeking alternative partnerships against a backdrop of rising tensions within Italy. The political landscape pivots around France's growing hegemony. The Spanish decline. Stripped of its grandeur, Spain's influence diminishes, revealing deeper internal fractures amid external pressures, particularly from rival colonial powers. Attempts to rekindle past eminence are impeded by persistent instability and retreat. The rise of Louis XIV's reformation of France into an absolute monarchy ushers unprecedented dominance. Marbled with victories, his reign encapsulates France's emergence as a leading European power. The legacy intertwined deeply with his strategic vision for the kingdom. The impact on the French military. The war embellishes France's military, distilling new strategies and professionalism. Figures like Turenne and Condé come to epitomize this transformative era, indeterminately advancing France's capability to project force. If you like it, please like and subscribe to the channel to receive all that is new.